What's going on YouTube, Facebook, anybody that follows me? It's your boy Lamar, the Alpha Ego, bringing you my new channel, Grownmansperspective. Basically, it was suggested to me that I do a channel based on my past. My past as a man who basically didn't know how to treat women early on in my years. A whorish man, how about that? It was suggested to me from my best friend who said the information that I have will be best suited to fit that platform. No knock against Mr. Harvey, because it's not about, trying to be better than what he was or do something different than what he was. It's just a different take, because the things I speak about will be true life experiences that I encountered, revisited, and corrected. How about that? So when you email me, all that good stuff, any questions you have, anything you want to ask me, if you want my take on it, just hit me up and we'll go from there. So the first thing she wanted me to address, I guess, is this is for the females. She asked me, how would a woman, or how is a woman supposed to know when a man is truly attracted to her? So I'm going to break it down a couple of ways. First off, if he approached you or sought you out, that's one way. Of course, that's the physical. He was attracted to what he saw. Secondly, when you guys begin to interact, it'll be certain things that he will do that will allow you to know if this guy is truly interested in you. So, but let's bring it back a little bit. So, the first thing, he saw you. So let's break it down like this. What you see is what is what brings you to the person. What you hear is what keeps you near the person. Get it? Seeing brings you. Hearing, recognizing keeps you. Because it's one thing to see someone from afar, but then when you get to converse with them and interact with them, you're like, oh, that's not somebody you might want to deal with. And that's okay. That's what happens. That happens. Okay? The things that allow a man to be attracted to a woman, besides looks, is a level of confidence. Basically, a man can respect a woman more when she just allows him to be himself. Now, mind you, hopefully himself or what he represents is something that that woman wants also. A lot of women, you stand in your own way when dealing with a man, because some of you don't know how to release the problems that came from the last few men or batch of men you dealt with. Here's the thing. You cannot hold me or whichever man is in front of you to the faults of the last person. So you have to be grown up enough, or you have to be just conscious enough to deal with that man on his own merit. Because basically what happens is we're all going to come and deal with each other based on, stuff that may be a problem for us as individuals trying to coexist anyway. So that's enough. Not alone. You don't need to add what happened with the last person. And this goes for men too. So, jealousy. Jealousy is nothing. There's nowhere I can think of in history, in life, there's no situation that I can find that jealousy is ever going to be a good quality. Because it's not. Because it's not. Okay? So if you can keep that out of your conversation, out of your attitude, out of how you deal with that person, that will work for you too. Okay, so to answer the question further, how do you know if he's attracted to you? He tells you things without you asking. He volunteers things to you. Okay. He calls you. I don't know a lot of men that like to hang on the phone. I'm not a phone hanger myself, so I don't know a lot of men that do just like to hang on the phone. But when you find yourselves in conversations that last hours and hours at a time, and you don't struggle for conversation, guess what? That's chemistry. That's another way, another thing that allows you to understand or know if that person is meant or attracted to you or enjoy spending time with you. Okay? Volunteering of information. A real man or a real conscientious, conscious man, I'll say, will give you a little background into his history. But that conscious man will also not get the conversation around himself, but get around trying to get to know you. That's another way you know that he's attracted to you. Okay? These lots of little things. How he looks at you. How he responds to you when he's with you. Does he find reasons to touch you? Things of that nature. But what also plays into if you can tell him if a man is attracted to you is how you respond to him. The biggest thing that I give, the biggest advice, the piece of advice that I give my female friends is always show a man what you want from him by giving it to him first. So if you want a man that you believe that you want to hold your hand, guess what? Grab his hand sometime and hold it. If you want a man that likes to kiss, or you want him to kiss you, kiss him first. Small things like that, because men, what we look for from you guys is not as much as we look for a lot of sex from you, because it's not that. But we look for validation, meaning we want to be sure that we're doing the right things in order to keep your attention or keep you attracted to us. So there are things that you would do to let us know that. I can tell you personally, if I'm out with a woman and she doesn't touch me or doesn't, make a lot of eye contact with me, things of that nature, I'm kind of weary at first, and the first date I let him go past. Second and third date though, I kind of pay attention, because at a certain point it's like, okay, wow, if she's attracted to me, how can I tell? So women, be mindful of that, because a man, we look for validation that we're doing the right things by you, by the things you express to us or how you deal with us. So touch, is a big part of that. And even in your conversation, wow, I really enjoyed myself. I really like the way you do this. I really like the way you do that. And men in turn, we definitely need to compliment you also. But I'm answering the question as a man who looks for certain things from a woman in order for me to continue on showing this woman, hey, or to continue my pursuit of this woman. But again, the biggest thing a woman can have that a man will find attractive and keep him coming at you is confidence. The fact that he knows you have another life, or you have life outside of him. He's like, man, she don't sweat me, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. See, that works in your favor, women, because even if you want to sweat him, guess what? The fact that you don't makes him think, I wonder who else is trying to keep her time. A real man, or a man who's sensible, I'll say, won't ask the question, well, how many other men are you dating? How many other men are there besides me? I don't really care. See, me, myself, I can care less about the next dude. Because what he does is not going to affect who I am and what I do and how I plan to get you to respond to me. Catch that? And as women, try and incorporate that practice in your life also. Why would you care about how many other women he's talking to on the phone on a regular basis besides you, or whatever? That should not dictate how you respond to that man, because if you're interested in that man, then guess what? The things that you show him, you should be confident enough to know the things that you show him, the things that you do with him, the things you present to him, that next person can't match up to. That's how I look at it. I feel like the next man can't see me. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I lose a girl, I lose a girl. I know how I feel is, hey, it wasn't meant for me to have. Okay? So remember those things, you know, how he talks to you, how he responds to you, how he looks at you, how he interacts with you. These things will tell you a lot. And if you're not getting what you think you want to see, guess what? Again, show him by doing the things that you want him to mimic by doing them first. That's it. Nothing hard to this. So, end of the day, just this grown man's perspective. Give me a holler. Comment, please subscribe. Check me out. Email me, grownmansperspective@gmail.com, and we go from there. Hope I helped you out. All right.